U.S. intelligence officials say they had documents recovered in that compound in Abbottabad that showed that al-Qaeda was planning other attacks, perhaps bigger than 9/11. I asked you in our debate in Sioux City on the topic of Iran about this, but on this topic, GOP nominee Ron Paul would be running far to the left of President Obama on the issue of tracking down and killing terrorists who want to attack the U.S.
Well, I would say that if you do your best and you can't do anything, yes, we had the authority, we voted for it, you got it from the Congress, you do it. I just didn't think that they had gone through the process enough to actually, capture him in a different way. I mean, think about Saddam Hussein. We did that. We captured him. And we tried him. I mean, the government tried him, and he got hung. What's so terrible about this? This whole idea that you can't capture... Just a minute, right? Just a minute. What's this whole idea that you can't capture people?
But you voted against the war in Iraq.
Just think, Adolf Eichmann was captured. He was given a trial. What's wrong with capturing people? Why didn't we try to get some information from them? We're accustomed to asking people questions, but all of a sudden, gone, that's it. So I would say that there are different ways without trying to turn it around and say, oh, for some reason, this doesn't mean he's supporting America.
Speaker Gingrich, if you receive, Speaker Gingrich, actionable intelligence about the location of Taliban leader Mullah Muhammad Omar inside Pakistan, would you authorize a unilateral operation, much like the one that killed bin Laden, with or without the Pakistani government knowing, even if the consequence was an end to all U.S.-Pakistani cooperation?
Well, let me go back to set the stage as you did a while ago. Bin Laden plotted deliberately bombing American embassies, bombing the USS Cole, and killing 3,100 Americans, and his only regret was he didn't kill more. Now, he's not a Chinese dissident. The analogy that Congressman Paul used was utterly irrational. A Chinese dissident who comes in here, a Chinese dissident who comes here seeking freedom is not the same as a terrorist who goes to Pakistan seeking asylum. Furthermore, when you give a country $20 billion and you learn that they have been hiding, I mean, nobody believes that bin Laden was sitting in a compound in a military city 1 mile from the National Defense University, and the Pakistanis didn't know it. Now, we're in South Carolina. South Carolina in the Revolutionary War had a young 13-year-old named Andrew Jackson. He was sabred by a British officer and wore a scar his whole life. Andrew Jackson had a pretty clear-cut idea about America's enemies. Kill them.
Congressman Paul, 30 seconds, please. 30 seconds to respond, since you were mentioned.
My point is if another country does to us what we do others, we're not going to like it very much. So I would say that maybe we ought to consider a golden rule in foreign policy. Don't do to other nations what we don't want to have them do to us. So we endlessly bomb these countries, and then we wonder why they get upset with us, and yet it can